Hey everybody, welcome back to another directed draw. Today we are learning how to draw Mickey Mouse. Now a little backstory on how I came to draw this character. I have been following this Disney animator who has worked on Moana, who's worked on Frozen 2, and the other one was Wreck-It Ralph. And I want to say one more thing, but I can't remember off the top of my head right now. But he is a Disney animator who works at Walt Disney Animation Studios. So he's been doing live directed draws of different Disney characters, and so I decided I'll just do those for you guys as an advanced drawing lesson if you guys want to join. I'll try to make it as easy for you as possible, and we're going to try and figure this out together. So it's a little bit difficult to explain sometimes just because there's different shapes that we've never drawn before, and it is a little bit more advanced, but if you want to try it out, go ahead, and I'd love to see the pictures that you draw if you do participate. So just take a picture of it, have your parents tag me on my Instagram, and I'll be able to see it, and I'll share it with everybody on there. So this is going to be a little fun. Let's get started. So let me hide this, and we'll get our new piece of paper. All right, so I am going to start drawing a circle right in the center of your paper. Also, have it wide like a wall. Okay, so right in the middle, I'm going to start about here, is I'm going to draw a circle. So try to make a really nice looking circle. It's okay if it looks a little lopsided. Mine's not perfect. All right. So once you have that, we're going to do something that will help us kind of figure out where we're going to put the eyes, the nose, ears, and things like that. So as an, well, not as an artist, but artists everywhere, Disney animation artists or other people who do character drawings and drawing people's faces, they have these lines that kind of guide you where to put things. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try and find the center of the circle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a vertical and horizontal line. So it's going to end up looking like a plus. So I'm going to start right here. And I'm going to draw a straight line down. Okay, try to do it as straight as you can. And make sure these lines that we're drawing right now are light as possible. You shouldn't even see it on your paper because you're going to either erase it later or not. Up to you. Now, we're going to do the same thing except we're going to cut the circle in half again the other way. So I'm going to put my pencil right here and I'm going to go straight across. Again, lightly with your pencil. Okay. Now we're going to draw 2 more circles for his ears. And those are going to go here and here. So I'm going to do the left ear first. So I'm going to put my pencil right here. And I'm going to try and draw another circle as best as I can. That one's not really a circle. Let's try again. There we go. More like an oval. And then I'm going to go over on this side and do the same thing. Oops, it's a little too big. So it might take a few tries. But try to draw the circle as best as you can. I like to kind of sketch it through. So this is what sketching is called. It's light drawings. So I have a lot of lines in my circles, but that's okay. We're going to make it look better. All right. I'm going to move mine down a little bit so we have some room. Let's see. There we go. All right. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to put a curve for where his nose is going to go. So when you're looking at that plus, it's going to go right along that line that we drew across the circle. So I'm going to start right here, and we're going to draw or sketch, which means to do it lightly. I'm doing it a little darker so you guys can see it. And we're going to do a curve like that. Okay. Now I'm going to turn my paper kind of like this because it's easier for me to draw an oval that way. And we're going to put that oval right here in the middle, right below that curve we just drew. So try to do an oval as best as you can. And then I'm going to turn it back around. Ta-da! I wish I knew how to do Mickey's voice and I would do it for you, but I don't. So just pretend. Or you can try it. Because sometimes he goes, oh boy, right? He has a high-pitched kind of squeaky voice. One that I cannot make. All right. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to do his mouth. So we're going to do two lines, and they're kind of curved. They're kind of look like little C's. And we're going to put one here and here. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do one C here and the other C right here. Okay. And then you can darken this line because this is going to be his mouth. So try to follow it as best as you can. If you need to turn your paper, go ahead and do it. Because I know it's hard to sometimes trace over lines that you've made. All right. I know my lines are a little wobbly. Sometimes that happens when I'm drawing on here. But that's okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do his cheeks. So they start here and here. So because he's smiling, and we're going to draw him with his mouth open, we're going to draw another C. So starting from actually here, start where that line crosses. And we're going to draw the letter C, or like a little curve like that. Same thing on the other side, curve like that. Okay. I'm going to try to make this a little bit more curvier on this side. Erase that. Yeah. So there we go. Okay. So there's our cheek. Okay. Before we draw his chin, let's draw his open mouth. So starting right here and here, what we're going to do is we're going to connect that with a curve. But it's like a weird looking curve. So here we go step by step. Let me zoom in for a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to start right here. And I'm going to go down like this. And then I'm going to go over here on the other side, kind of in the similar area, and do the same thing. And go down. Then you're going to close it with a curve. So I'm going to start here. And I'm going to curve all the way to the other side. It's okay if your drawing isn't as big as mine. Mine's a little big. So I might have to shrink it a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to have room. Let's see. let's shrink it. Okay, and I'm going to move it back to the center. All right. So let me zoom back in. So we just drew that mouth. Remember, feel free to pause the video if I'm going too fast. Rewind if you need to see something. All right. So now we're going to draw his chin. So starting from this side, I'm going to follow the curve of the mouth, and then I'm going to curve down like that. Same thing on this side. Follow that curve. Whoops. Follow that line and curve down. And then connect both, starting from here, right under what we drew before. I don't like how it's a little too wide on this side, so I'm going to erase it. I'm going to try again. Curve down and close it with the curve. So this is what it looks like. Okay, I'm going to zoom back into his mouth, and we're going to draw his tongue. So you can still see my line going down the middle right here. We're going to draw a kind of stretched out letter M. So I'm going to start over here on this side, and I'm going to go up and curve like that. Okay. Then from here, I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to go up, same height, and curve and end over here on this side. And there you have your tongue. Ta-da! Okay. Now I'm doing this as I go, and I might start changing some things if it doesn't look quite right. So I've noticed that the cheeks aren't as full as they should be, like Mickey's cheeks are really full. So I'm going to erase this curve. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it a little wider out and come back in. Okay. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to erase that. And then I'm going to go out, curve, and in. That looks a little bit better. All right. So now let's move on to his face. So Mickey has kind of like a little mask kind of thing going. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw a V right here. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to go curve down. It's like a curved V, and go down to about halfway of this line. Same thing on this side. I'm going to start there, and I'm going to curve like that. Okay. And then this goes around all the way down here. So what you do is I'm going to start up here, and I'm going to do a curve, curve all the way down to here and stop. Same thing on the other side. I'm going to curve and go here and stop. So it looks like the letter M. Then I'm going to go here and connect it to this point, to the cheek. So we're going to go curve like that and close, curve and close. So now it's looking a little bit more like Mickey Mouse. I'm going to fix that a little bit, and there we go. Okay. So I'm going to start outlining the circle of his head. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to go up. And I'm actually going to go up a little more right here because it's a little more rounded. And again, remember, we're kind of sketching this. Okay. I'm going to turn it around. Okay. And I'm going to follow this. All right. So we've gotten this far. Now the last thing we're going to do is his eyes. So his eyes are going to go right here and here. Okay? So we're going to draw some ovals. I'm going to start right here. And I'm going to go down all the way to that curve we drew and try and do some ovals. Same thing on the other side. I'm going to go all the way down to the nose or the curve and loop around. So we have his eyes. I'm going to darken this line. Turn around. All right. And darken it like that. I'm going to zoom into his eyes. All right. Then what you're going to do is we're going to draw 2 more ovals on the inside. So I'm going to start here. And I'm going to go down, touch, down, and up like that. Okay, same thing on this side. I'm going to start right here. Go up, down, and around. If it doesn't look too ovally, you can always go back and fix it. Okay, I'm going to try and make it about the same size as the other one. Okay, and then I'm going to draw a small circle right here and a small circle right here. Those circles are going to stay white. If you want, you can go ahead and color in your eyes with your pencil. Make them dark. Because we're not going to change any of these. Okay, there is one eye. I'm going to color the other eye. Okay. So the last thing is we're going to darken the top part of his eyes up here because he kind of has like eyelashes, but not really, but it just kind of helps a little bit more. So I'm going to start right here and I'm just going to darken this line up here. So you're going to follow the curve and just make it darker. Same thing on the other side. He doesn't have eyelashes like Minnie does. It's just to make it look like his eyes are animated. All right. While we're here, I'm going to zoom in on his nose and I'm going to make his nose darker. And then he has like a little white shine on his nose. So to do that, I'm going to draw a curve right starting here. I'm going to go down like a C, but then I'm going to go up and curve down and curve around. Okay, so I went down like a C, up, down, and back up. And then you can color in the rest of his nose with your pencil. Or if you want to wait until the end and color it in with a black colored pencil or crayon, you can do that too. I'm going to go ahead and just color this in for you so you'll know how it'll look. Okay. All right. So you can kind of see his face now. I'm going to go ahead and darken his ears. I'm following that circle that we drew as best as I can for both. Okay. And then I'm just going to go ahead, whoops, not what I meant to do. All right. So the parts that are going to be black, that's what I'll be coloring. So let me get my crayon. I'm going to color in his ears. And also feel free to erase all these other lines if you don't want them. Try this again. So Mickey Mouse is mostly black. His ears are black. The mask is a little black. The only other colors you'll be needing are skin color and red for his tongue. I'm just going to color it. It's okay if his ears kind of look lopsided. That's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, trying to stay inside the lines as best as I can. So yeah, Michael Woodside, he is amazing at doing these step-by-step tutorials. I'm trying to basically make it as kid-friendly as possible to make it even easier. It may still be a little advanced, but with practice, I think you guys can totally draw these. But he used to do live streams. He's not doing live streams anymore just because the quality of the video wasn't that great. And so he's doing pre-recorded videos, which have much better quality, because we were all having a hard time seeing what he was drawing. So if you guys want, you guys can go check him out. His YouTube channel is his name, Michael Woodside, Woodside. And I think there's one other person who works at Disney who's also doing that too, but I haven't gone and looked at his channel. But his name is Stephen Thompson. He also does a lot of good drawings. All right, so we colored his little mask. I'm going to go ahead and erase these lines. Okay. Whoops. All right. So now I'm going to go here to his mouth, and I'm going to finish coloring that in with the black. I'm going to zoom in for a second. Right. Almost done here. All right. So I'm going to get a red crayon now and color in his tongue. Try to stay inside the lines as best as you can. Okay, so there's his tongue, and then, let's see. If you want, you can just leave it like that, or we can try to find a skin color and color in the rest. Okay. So now that you can draw Mickey, you could probably draw Minnie too. I haven't tried. But the only difference between Mickey and Minnie is she has longer eyelashes and a bow. Or sometimes she has that little hat with the flower on it. So that's the only difference. I know I'm going outside the line, so I'm going to go back and erase those. Clean it up a little bit. All right. And remember, these spaces remain white, the ones on his nose and his eyes. All right, and there you have it. You have Mickey Mouse. I think I might go ahead and adjust this ear a little bit. Make it bigger, because it looked a little lopsided there. So you can always go back and adjust it. Okay. All right, there's your Mickey Mouse. And then if you want to, you can always sign your name. And I hope you guys enjoyed doing this with me. I hope it was easy for you guys to follow along. I'll do some of his other directed draws as well and try to change it so it's easier for you guys to do it. All right, have a great day and I'll see you next time.